I was gonna try to write some clever jokes that work for kids and adults, kind of like Pixar, but then I was like, hey, wait, poo-poo.
Poo-poo.
Teen Titans Go! To the movies!
Teen Titans Go! Through 44 seconds of logos. Smoking crack. This logo baiting is just a bird flipping through a comic book, thus flipping us all the bird. Also, look, I've owned seafaring birds, and not one of them could flip through a comic book that fast. This cartoon is already being disingenuous and totally unrealistic. I get that Lazarus, Spawn, and Nails is on a street corner, so they maybe have a sign on each side of the corner, but do you really need the marquee at the top as well? Also, Arrow Room. Arrow? Arrow! 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 Man, I've been sitting too long. If Inflated Destroyer was around the corner and not in the little boy's sight until now, then what was the kid reacting to a few seconds ago? Funny gag, but he's walking down the same street with the same width as before, so why is he stuck now? I wonder what this bank's ads are like. How do you have any identity just as bank? Where do you have all your accounts? Well, I use bank.
I use bank.
Oh, cool! The Teen Titans saved all those tanks and cars from crashing into people. But what about the guy who was flying in midair and nearly fell to his death? He was suspended in midair with all the other stuff, and now he's vanished. Oh, they'll remember him in a few seconds, but he should have been there from the moments the Teen Titans appeared on screen. Good idea, Cyborg. Attack the arms! Don't bother with the head or the body in any way. You're just shooting rockets, after all. Seems like this would have been the animal to start with, no? Sometimes when you go too long with a gag, it makes it funnier. Also, this would be the perfect time to crush Inflated Destroyer, since he appears so concerned with the air seeming like a fart. But of course, you assholes stare at him like you've never experienced farting before. As assholes, you should be plenty experienced with.
Yo, son, this guy don't know who he is.
Oh, really? Then I think it's time we tell him.
Silly movie has to be silly, fine, but this is still 2018, right? Why do they have a cassette tape to play their music? I get that body image is rarely an issue treated with any kind of sensitivity in a comic book movie, but can Raven's upper body not be at least somewhat in proportion to her legs? Is her heart the size of a thumbtack? That can't be healthy. Did they just straight up murder Inflated Destroyer? Because it looks like they just straight up murdered Inflated Destroyer. Whew, I'm still sinning because I still had to feel bad for a villain and I'm still not far enough removed from Joker. Too soon, movie. Too soon.
It's always been my dream to have my own movie.
Well, it is important to have dreams, I guess.
Do you mean like dreams of getting to play
Cage.
Superman for Tim Burton and then having to wait 20 years to voice an animated version of him that is just a parody?
There was a Green Lantern movie, but we don't talk about that.
Yes, we know. Like, you didn't cover your embarrassment over Green Lantern in the Lego movie. There was some good that came out of it, right? Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are married and have kids, and at least partially because of that movie. Also, with this and Deadpool 2 being released the same summer and both having jokes at the expense of the Green Lantern movie, does this make it a cliche? These are the types of sin-philosophic questions I have to ask myself, and it never ceases to irritate me.
Titans, if you keep playing the fool, you'll never be seen as real heroes.
I agree that the Teen Titans have been a bunch of goofballs for the last 3 minutes, but what was all that they were doing before they broke into the theme song? They were heroes. They saved all those cops from dying. It makes sense that in a world that contains actual superheroes, there would be movies made about them, but I'm calling bullshit that they would all be playing themselves. Did the Jackie Robinson story and Muhammad Ali, the greatest, not teach us anything? And sure, this is part of Slade's plan, but they'd be terrible actors and would definitely not spend all their time acting when you have perfectly good Matt Damons out there. Also, let's talk about Slade's plan for a second. He doesn't have them build the Doomsday Machine until they make the Robin movie. If they've been making these movies long enough to have one called Batman Again, and they've been making movies starring Alfred, the Batmobile, and the utility belt, then why hasn't this device already been built?
Supergirl, who are you wearing tonight?
Plastic Man.
Well, at least they're using protection. So did all the press and fans get ushered into the premiere as well? Because that's not how that ever works. Why does this girl's leg keep twitching? How did he freeze everything except the hot dog? Haha, Flash is fast, but it looks like he's only eating half of that before he gets a new tub of popcorn, which is wasteful.
Super, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together.
Wait a minute, did this auditorium completely change? Here it's showing a center section that has 20 seats per row, plus a left side and presumably a right side with more seats. But when the Teen Titans showed up, there was no such seating. Their dicks were even suggesting this theater is as big as it is in this shot.
Emerges a hero.
They're finally going to make a movie about me!
Alfred, the movie.
So funny.
Sick burn on Robin's dreams and all, but why would this movie trailer focus on the R in Alfred? Even symbolically focusing on just the R makes no sense.
Coming next summer.
This trailer, which will feature Batman's utility belt, is apparently scheduled so far in advance it isn't coming out for another 2 years, but there's a trailer ready for it nonetheless.
Thank you for making a movie about
Utility belt.
Before these trailers even started, the director of the movie said that,
You're all getting a movie.
and then all the trailers ended up being Batman related to Scorn Robin.
Yeah.
But where are the movies for the others in the audience?
He thought the movie was about him.
And why did he? We've already established in this world of comic book parody that these heroes play themselves in their movies. So how did Robin think a movie about him was made without his knowledge? Batman and Sabin.
Every superhero's got one.
Super bad dudes with super scary names.
That are fun to say in a dramatic way.
But Robin knows what a supervillain is, right? Why is this scene?
But the Justice League won't be coming.
Because they're watching a movie, and as considerate moviegoers, I'm sure they would have turned off their mobile devices.
Slade's entire plan relies on this. Also, there is no way that everyone that was watching the Batman movie turned off their mobile devices, no matter how considerate they supposedly are. And what do you call this? Mother who would do this would leave a cell phone on, okay? Also, Will Arnett has a great voice for animated features, but he's already been pretty well established as another overly comic version of a DC character. So this just feels like needless great.
Deadpool?
It still works.
Deadpool? What? I'm not Deadpool.
I thought Deadpool was a good guy.
But Deadpool is in another superhero universe, and Raven already chewed out Inflated Destroyer for calling them the Guardians of the Galaxy, so why would this be a point she makes? Slade does the classic detachable thumb trick, and these Titans go crazy falling for it, which makes me wonder if these Teen Titans are more like toddler Titans.
I can't resist. Must look behind me.
Falling for this trick, even as dim-witted as they can be, seems a little unbelievable. But what's even more unbelievable is that Robin is standing right next to them now when he was pretty far away before they turned around. Wait, it's 4:28 a.m.? What the f*** has Robin been doing where it would be 4:28 in the morning?
Heroes, superheroes, come check this out.
Wow, this full-on parody of The Lion King is way better than the remake we got last year. Lion King parody suddenly turns into 300. Is this the Snyder Cut of Teen Titans?
And enjoy Robin, the movie.
What?
First cassettes and now VHS tapes? Would the target audience for this movie even know what the f*** this is? Why this technology? Yeah, it's cheap. It looks like it was made with construction paper and fabrics, but the Teen Titans somehow made what amounts to a stop-motion animated film overnight. Just cutting out the materials would take longer than this. This movie at least had the decency to wait the appropriate amount of time for any ingested substances to take effect, and I would take a sin off, but...
Can't feel my legs. I have no legs!
Your dad is a cop. Run!
I know what Teen Titans did last summer. Hey, look, everybody, it's Stan Lee making a cameo in a DC movie. That's awesome. I'm not sure if we've ever given a sin for his cameos. I don't have the time to check, but let's remove one here. That said, how would the Marvel characters even exist within this universe? How would anyone know anything about them? And what exactly is it the movie is even making fun of? That they both exist? That the live-action movies make about the same amount of money as each other? Both companies clearly can coexist in the feature film world, so this just seems petty.
Take one,
added it
Batman
right
vs.
back in.
Superman Part 2.
The very idea of a Batman v Superman Part 2.
What's your mother's name? Martha. My mommy's name is Martha, too.
I know this is a parody of the first movie, but why would the second movie go over this bullshit again unless Batman got amnesia or something?
She won't just give you a movie. You have to take it.
That would explain a lot about Shaquille O'Neal getting to make the Steel movie. During the Robin Gets His Own Movie song, the movie spells out Superhero Movie, which was a hella bad parody film from 2008. And here's a sin for making me remember that movie existed. Also, while we won't play the song here, holy
Never watched it.
is it terrible. It's more repetitive than that redundant song by Mr. Bungle. And at least you can to that.
No one wants to watch a movie about a sidekick without an arch enemy.
But they do want to watch movies about utility belts, apparently. I know that was part of the joke to rub it in Robin's face, but when you're making utility belt movies, even Robin deserves a flick.
Where are we gonna find Libyan terrorists to sell us plutonium at this hour?
We don't need plutonium. These time cycles are powered by radness.
How did Raven know how to summon the time cycles, but not know they were powered by radness?
This isn't rad enough.
Wait, are they trying to collectively gather radness, or do each of them have a rad meter to fill? Seems like it would be hard to get everybody synced up to time travel simultaneously, but it seems like it would also be hard for 5 bikes to contribute radness wirelessly to one tank. So even if they could travel through time, how the f did they get to Krypton?
Geez.
Wouldn't they just be on Earth while this is happening on Krypton? Teen Titans know way too much about how this Kryptonian ice crystal thing works. Also, this works. Wouldn't this entire comic book disappear and not just the Superman in it?
Now let's go stop some more superhero origins.
Don't you need to build up those time cycles radness before you go? Or was the radness built up for the entire trip you're going to
good.
take?
It's already
That's
good.
it. That's all it took. What really changed there? Did they steal the lasso of truth, or did they just jump rope for a few seconds? Even if the lasso was stolen, how does that end Wonder Woman? You know what would have been awesome is if the Teen Titans wiped out Daredevil, the New Mutants, Cerebus, and Ronan, and that made the Turtles not walk into the mutagen.
That is Crime Alley, you dum-dum!
Well, I think it's hilarious that the Teen Titans redirect the Waynes to a safer walking route here. I am cynical enough to believe that this whole movie was made so that they could show at least part of the Batman origin story one more time.
Slade.
One more time.
The convenient crime of Slade stealing a jewel right after their plan didn't work is convenient.
Ah! Oh, that's hot. Burn my little fingies.
So, how are you able to pick it up right after that? Did blowing on it really drop the temperature that much? How does Slade's spike ball thingies manage to pull out slabs this size? Were they made for this kind of attack, or was this just pure luck? If they could fly this whole time, what was the deal with them driving to Hollywood earlier in this movie? Why not Portal to just outside the vault? Or even better, Portal inside the vault? I guess you could have security set up so that you couldn't do that, but the point is, you need a portal closer, Raven. Pure bullshit. I'm watching a movie that is meant to be as ridiculous as anything out there, and this is still bullshit.
We should be on this guy.
Oh, it's the Teen Titans!
You couldn't figure that out before you got this close?
Now let me show you something marvelous. The Teen Titans movie set!
Animated comedy and all, but there's no way those sets are getting built in the last 12 hours.
Well, the toilet isn't real.
Yeah, it is. I pooped in it.
How? Unless your are like 2 seconds long. You walked in here a literal 18 seconds ago, and when Robin caught up to you, you were being carried on this couch. The logistics behind this are too much even for a cartoon.
Do not go in that bathroom, because I just wrecked it, baby!
Seriously, poops in this world must be the most unsatisfying poops ever taken. I don't think I could pee in the time it takes for these guys to poop.
Robin?
Do your friends know that's a fake toilet?
They do not. Let's forget how impossible it is that 4 of them combined have taken poops in less than a minute. If the toilet isn't real and therefore doesn't flush, that means everyone after Beast Boy has been sitting on a gross toilet without a second thought. And for making me sin pooping this much, here's 70 sins. Let's assume for a second that Aquaman has to be in water to survive in this version, but if his head was above water already, how was he breathing while he was in the pool? The director said, let's have the cartoon Beast Kid eat an apple while everyone is hiding. It'll make him look like even more of an asshole.
What happened to all the food? Let's steal something from the Spider-Man set.
If you're at Warner Brothers, Spider-Man is at Sony, and that's 13 miles away. And yeah, you're superheroes, and time and distance don't matter, but you can find way closer places for food. Also, if Spider-Man is being made in this world, does that mean Spider-Man is starring in his own movie too? Or are there other actors playing Spider-Man in the non-DC film? If Spider-Man is real, then Slade clearly isn't making enough films to cover the Marvel characters that would try to stop his plan. Kripkake.
I'm killing the Teen Titans movie!
Pretty sure Mission Impossible Fallout took care of that.
The friend Robin would never leave us.
I guess we all knew it was about time to have a hero split up before the third act cliche in here right about now.
The dumpster it is.
I guess I'll have to be a pro football star after all.
Or you could just go back to Teen Titans headquarters and chill. This is about making the movie, not about being a superhero.
Vault access granted.
When Raven opened this vault earlier, it was just one single door that opened. Now that Robin does it, there are like 100.
So everything, the movie, turning me
Maybe that was
against
the
my
last
friends,
door we saw from
it
the
was all just...
Mind manipulation.
Somehow, this giant robot Deadpool knockoff fit inside a much smaller woman's body, but hey, cartoons, am I right?
They're too busy making movies to stop me.
Yeah, but aren't you the director of these movies? We've seen you on set at least 3 times, very dedicated to making the movies yourself. Who directs when you aren't there? Also, wouldn't the superheroes finally say enough is enough with the stupid movies if crimes are happening every time they're watching them?
It will stream to every screen in the entire world, and everyone will be mine to control.
So it's just like the plan Riddler had in Batman Forever. Is nobody going to make a Batman Forever joke here? Where's your snark now, Teen Titans? Also, didn't Incredibles 2 do this mind control thing in the very same summer of 2018? What's up with these mind control stories? Robin survives this.
I'm going to Hollywood to set things right.
Jay and Silent Rob strike back. Earlier, Slade said that he had to watch the entire movie before the mind control was permanent, but I guess just a few seconds of this movie let him control them for however long this final battle lasts. I feel like they don't even have to watch the whole movie for the permanent mind control to take place. Like, the movie forgot about that. With every superhero running behind them, they somehow simply outrun everybody and survive. Since Raven can portal them anywhere, why would they stay in the same place where the superheroes who are trying to kill them are? Also, this would have been an easier way to get rid of the heroes earlier than all those time-traveling shenanigans, no? The Batmobile gives way to Batman's motorcycle, which gives way to the skateboard, which gives way to Batman's roller skates, which gives way to Alfred carrying him on his back. What I'm wondering is, how far did the Teen Titans have to go before they got to the Doomsday device? They were right here when the Batmobile started chasing them. As the movie gives yet another shout-out to Utility Belt the movie, I'm realizing that Jade made the Robin movie in basically no time at all, and it was ready for release, but this movie is going to still be on the shelf for 2 years.
How are we supposed to defeat the world's greatest superheroes?
Okay.
This isn't nearly all the superheroes that were in that theater a minute ago, but I guess the others couldn't keep up with the ones getting sucked into this portal right now. But they're on their way, right?
Challengers, we're saved!
Considering this is essentially what Stan Lee did to the Challengers when he created Fantastic Four, this seems fitting. This will be a great time to mention that Robin has no superpowers, and this fall should kill him like it would you or me.
Look at it, Robin! No!
Maybe Slade should have waited until the Hypno movie started before cluing Robin in. Just a thought. Instead of simply destroying the Doomsday device, the Teen Titans decide to fight Slade. Sure, Robin needs saving, but the easy way to save the world is right there, and they blew it.
Robin, this is not the you!
The real the you is inside there somewhere, cliche. Cyborg just happens to be carrying around the stupid Robin movie they made earlier.
But we're still going to take you down.
With what? One of your stupid songs?
Exactly.
It looks like the Teen Titans know they can beat a bunch of ass if they play their theme song, which makes me wonder why they haven't done this very thing well before this battle. How exactly does Cyborg manipulate his body to become a seat that Robin can sit in? And are the straps wrapped around the Beast dragon body also part of Cyborg?
Challengers, we're free!
How are the Challengers still alive? They were blown to bits the last time we saw them.
This is the Teen Titans. Can anyone hear us?
Oh boy, movie sets up a Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans movie. I'm sure the fans of these series will get along swimmingly on that debate.
Holy rusted metal, Batman! The ground, it's all metal!
Whatever that Robin
Full of holes, you know? Holy!
You're gonna wear the shirt of the band you're gonna go see. Don't be that guy.
Titans.
See, when we have these little visits, I allow you, I permit you, I give you the opportunity to pay for all the extra police work that you create.
Coming next summer.
Will that be you? Anything else?
I just watched this the other day.
This is ridiculous!
Big Jim Slade.
These are just tricks and optical illusions.
Trick is something a whore does for money.
Okay, now cue the music and that star thing.
Take one, Batman versus Superman. Somebody royally forked up. Somebody forked up. Why can't I say fork?
So, you have an animated movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. It's called Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Oh, I love it. You literally have the phrase go to the movies in the title. Yeah, it's like subliminal messaging, but since it's for kids, I didn't take the subliminal part too seriously. I can see that. So what's the movie about? So the movie follows the characters from the Teen Titans Go animated series. Okay. And Robin wants to star in his own movie because he's sick of being seen as just a sidekick. Okay, and that's something we haven't covered in the show. Well, actually, we had a full episode where he was sick of being just a sidekick. So we're gonna do that again? Yeah, but this time it's a movie, so it's different. Fair enough. So anyway, Robin figures out that to be taken seriously and get a movie made about him, he needs an arch nemesis. Okay. And that's when he and the team find out about this bad guy named Slade. Okay, so this is a villain they haven't met or heard of in the show? Well, actually, there's a whole episode called The Return of Slade where they talk about him and defeat him off screen. But in the movie, we're gonna have them act like that never happened. Yeah. I figure we could just, ignore all that. Oh, ignoring things is tight. Oh yeah, so anyway, we're gonna have Robin be all bummed out because other superheroes have been in movies, but he hasn't. Right. And so that's gonna let us crack a lot of jokes about real-world superhero movies, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. But wait, if you're referencing real-life movies, then Robin's actually been in a ton of movies, like Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, The Dark Knight Rises, the Lego Batman movie, and like a ton of DC animated features. Yes. Oh, yeah. But ignoring stuff is tight? Oh, ignoring stuff is tight. Oh, I'm so glad that worked. So what else happens in the movie? Are there any subplots? No. Robin wants a movie and Slade is a bad guy and that's really all there is to it. But there are 4 other Teen Titans there. You're telling me none of them have anything going on? That's right, they're all just kinda, there. Sometimes they say things, they say words. I gotta be honest, that sounds like a storyline that could have just been an episode of the show. Probably. Must have been hard to make a feature-length movie out of such a thin story. Actually, super easy, barely an inconvenience. audience. Oh, really? Yeah, I just padded the runtime like crazy with a bunch of inconsequential stuff. Oh, what kind of inconsequential stuff are we talking here? Well, like the first 15-20 minutes of the movie are literally them going to the movies. Yes. Right, that doesn't have to be that long. I also have like a solid 10 minutes of them going back in time to stop superhero origin stories so they're the only heroes in existence. Okay. And after all that trouble, they immediately realize it was a bad idea, so they reverse it right away. And that has no effect on the plot. Now, if you took it out of the movie, the only difference story-wise is that the movie would be shorter. What other stuff did you put in as filler? I actually put an entire Batgirl short before the movie, and that's included in the 90-minute runtime. Oh man, even with that, we're not at 90 minutes, but we are long enough to be considered feature length. Fantastic. We made it, sir. And what kind of humor did you throw in there? Oh my god, so many poop and fart jokes. Farts are hilarious. Yeah, poop too. Hey, do me a favor, say the word poop again. Okay, sure, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready for it. Poop. Oh, you said it. Yeah, I was gonna try to write some clever jokes that work for kids and adults, kind of like Pixar, but then I was like, hey, wait, poo-poo. So what other scenes are we gonna have? Well, we're gonna have a thing where Robin goes to a Hollywood studio to pitch the idea of a Teen Titans movie. Well, that doesn't sound very fun to watch. What do you mean? You really think people are gonna want to watch somebody pitching a movie to somebody else? They might. I don't see why anyone would want to watch that ever. I think it has the potential to be fun. If you say so. I mean, I guess I just don't get it, man. Well, fingers crossed that people find that kind of stuff amusing. So who else is in the movie? Well, there's the whole Justice League, so there's Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman. Ah, damn it. Oh, what's up? This guy is obsessed with playing Superman. Somehow he always knows when somebody's talking about that character. Oh, well, honestly, you could just give him the part if you want. It's really not that big of a role. You think? Yeah, if it's gonna get him to stop bothering you all the time. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Go for it. Hey, buddy, got some good news for you.
Teen Titans Go to the movies. I gotta say, yeah, the CinemaSins, this is the first time for me, I feel like I watched a CinemaSins video and it was just ridiculous with the sins. I know you guys say that happens a lot, but I don't feel that yet for the ones I've seen so far. And who knows, maybe I'll feel it later too. But this one, for sure, yes, I felt that way. I like this movie. My son liked this movie, my youngest, and we listen to the soundtrack like all the time in the car because he just loves it. Like the Teen Titans Go main song for this movie, which is played twice in the film, the beginning and at the end when they're fighting Slade and defeat him. We love that song, so we're always singing that together. But the movie was funny. It was funny. It's silly, definitely very silly, but it's funny, and I enjoyed it, and he enjoyed it. And I love it that my boys like to watch this stuff with me anyway, and I watch Teen Titans Go, the cartoon, a lot, sometimes by myself. But I like that, you know, they like everything superhero, you know, related, which lets me know that I'm doing this parenting thing right. Not to toot my own horn. But this was funny. I liked it. Now, yes, CinemaSins, it went way over the top. 175 sins. It added 70 just for one thing. It was crazy. Pitch meeting was good though. I like how he does the whole thing where he makes fun of himself of what he's doing. A pitch meeting. Hey, will they want to see that in the movie? I don't think that'd be really interesting. They just have the back and forth with that. That was pretty funny. I like that. But this is a versus, so you gotta choose which one you like more, pitch meeting or the CinemaSins. I'm gonna go pitch meeting myself because yes, the CinemaSins, one, it was 16 minutes. Two, it was just a lot that he was giving sins for. That it's a cartoon. Like, come on, man, it's a cartoon. But maybe he was just having fun. I'll give him a pass on that. But pitch meeting still wins for me. Which one wins for you? Let me know in the comments below, as always. Also, big shout out to Brian Tidwell, Steve O, Slepnear, K6013, Portal on Mobile 44, and Dash Milner. They're part of the Hyper Crew. They've joined that top tier crew. So they get a verbal shout out by me in every video. Thank you guys so much for choosing that tier. To all my members, thank you guys so much. We're continuing to grow. I love it. Like, I'm seeing new members come every week. So I think that's really awesome. You guys are really helping the channel monetarily. So I really do appreciate the support. To all my subscribers, thanks so much for subscribing. We recently hit 5,000 subscribers. Can you believe it? It's been coming up on a year since I've been doing this every day, you know, or doing my best to do a video every day. So July 13th is when we started doing that. We're at 5,000 subscribers already. So I think that's really, really awesome. I thank you guys so much. To the non-subscribers, if you haven't subscribed, think about hitting that subscribe button. We have a lot of fun here. I try to keep things light and easy just to bring some happiness and joy to your day and laugh a little bit. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. While you're still here, hit that like button if you haven't done so already. It really does help out the channel. I'd really appreciate it. You can also see our most popular videos right over here. You can see our most recent reaction right up there as well. If you've seen all that, I'll see you guys in the comments. We can talk about this.